Hey, have you ever wondered if you could install the Nvidia CUDA toolkit on Linux? Well, the answer is yes, you can. In this video, I'm going to discuss how you can install Nvidia CUDA AI on Linux. Now, in context, CUDA is an acronym that actually stands for Compute Unified Device Architecture. Now, Nvidia created CUDA in 2004, and then they released it for production purposes in 2007. But really quickly, it's not a mutually exclusive artificial intelligence software, but this newest update, version 13.1, has artificial intelligence enhancements. Quote, "We have focused our development efforts on tile programming for artificial intelligence algorithms. In future releases of CUDA, we will continue to add more features, functionality, and performance." Now, CUDA is software. It's the software layer that accesses the Nvidia graphics processing unit, and they further refined it with this update. All right, so here's how you install it. First thing is you want to type in that uniform resource locator that is highlighted on screen into the address bar of your web browser, developer.nvidia.com/CUDA-download, and it'll take you to this page. I don't think you have to have an account. In the future that could change, but for now I don't think you have to have an account. Now you notice this advertisement here about GTC and artificial intelligence breakthrough. Yes, yes, yes. This is the CUDA Toolkit 13.1 download. So in the future, as long as they don't lock this down with an account, you should be able to access it. There's no guarantees. They may even change the page, but for now, here's how you can download it. So then you want to choose your operating system. This is videos only for Linux. I do not discuss those other alleged operating systems that are terrible and horrible by the other two big technology companies. One called Microsoft Win, right, and then the other one Apple Magencrap. Okay, then you want to choose your architecture. So this is very important. You have ARM64S BSA. Desktop computers, this is the 64-bit ARM. That's for mobile. But desktop computers use x86 64. So mobile or desktop. I'm just going to choose the x86 64. Then your distribution. Now there's actually thousands of Linux distributions. There's two major types. There is Red Hat Linux, which is Fedora and SUSE, etc. There's also Debian, which there are derivations of Debian that are very popular, like Ubuntu, right? And so you need to choose your distribution depending on what you're using. They have Amazon Linux, Azure Linux, Debian. Now there is a Debian and there is Red Hat Linux, but there's derivations like Fedora, Kylin operating system, OpenSUSE, Oracle Linux, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, Rocky, SLES Ubuntu, and WSL Ubuntu. Now I'm using Lubuntu, which is a derivation of Debian, and it's also a derivation of Ubuntu. And then, okay, so you want to choose the architecture properly, and obviously you want to choose the distribution that is closest to what you're using. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to choose Ubuntu because Lubuntu is predicated upon it. Now the version right now, there's two. Now it's going to differentiate. It depends on which Linux distribution you choose, the version. But the current versions of Ubuntu that I think are still technically supported are 22.04 and 24.04. So that's very important. You have to choose the correct one. I think I'm using 22.04 of Lubuntu. Now there's three different installer types. There's a dev file, which is a kind of like a compressed file and that you download. There's a network installer that you download that, and then it will download the full CUDA toolkit, or you could use the deb local It's a local installer. Okay, it says it's self-contained. Yeah, it's the full software, but it may take longer. There's also a run file, which is another local installer. It is self-contained. It's a large file that you download once. All right, so just choose yours. I would probably pick just local, right? Now it has the download installer, and here are the instructions. Now these are going to change depending on the different type of Linux distribution that you picked, also the different operating system type, the x86 64 or the ARM, which is basically mobile, or it's for not necessarily desktop computers. All right, so then what you do in a terminal, you would enter in each command. So wget on Linux, some distributions may or may not have wget. If not, you could install it with apt-get. Here I could quickly, I'm not going to actually go through with the install because there's quite a few commands that you would enter, but really quickly what I can do is I can show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so here is the command line right here, and so you would enter in each command into a command line. Now wget, you don't need root for that, but you need the wget tool. If you don't have wget, you can go into a command line, type in apt-get or apt-get. I prefer apt-get just because I've been using it for a long time now. Okay, there we go. apt-get or apt-get, and then install wget. I'm not going to do that because I already have it. And you have now, in order to install software with apt or apt-get, you have to have super user privileges. So you'd have to su or sudo. You could also sudo. All right. Now the next command is they recommend sudo because you have to have root privileges. I just use su, but you know that's just preferential. You could either sudo or su. And then the mv is a command that stands for move, and then you have to have spaces in between each, command. So sudo space mv space CUDA, and then, copy and paste that if you need to. Okay, and then you're going to run another wget. So wget space at the first one. You're gonna download this top one here, and then you're going to move it. All right. And you just have to copy the command. Now you're going to download another file. It's the deb installer, which remember I picked the local, which would be different than network and different than run file. So these commands will change depending on what you select. All right, let's see. Then you're going to sudo again, or you could use su. Dpackage is actually the command that you use to install .deb software. It's another way to install software on Linux. There's, apt-get install or a deb package. So dpkg is a command space dash I is for install space, and then that file that you downloaded. So you want to make sure that you install these correctly in order, or this one right here is the AMD the x86 64. Which is the second wget downloaded that. So I'm now going to install it. Again, this would take a lot further time, and so I'm not going to necessarily demonstrate it. And I'm not a developer, but you can. Now, let me finish the instructions, and then I'll discuss a little bit briefly about certain programming languages that you could use, and you would have access to the CUDA toolkit on your own computer on Linux. And then the next command would be sudo or su. cp stands for copy space, and then here's the directory. So what you're doing is you're downloading two files. You're moving one to the etc app preferences.d directory, and then you're downloading another, the actual software, the toolkit, and then you're going to install it using the command line, and then you're copying this this right here. You're copying the keyring.gpg to the user share keyrings. Now you're going to then run another sudo or su. You're going to use apt-get update. So you have to update once you install the keyrings. Then you have to update. Now you're installing a deb package, which is part of the CUDA software. Well, it's actually right, but then you're going to use apt-get to install the toolkit, the full toolkit. So it is in the repository, but it may not be in your distribution repository. It's not like you can type in apt and then space install CUDA-toolkit-13-1. It most likely, I don't know, I haven't actually tried it. It may not be in the depository, right? The default depository that the Linux operating system that you installed. That's why you have to go ahead and add the repo and then the keyring. Okay. All right, so I can then you would just type in apt-get update, which is going to update the apt database. And then you do that after the keyrings and after the .deb. All right? Then you're going to install the actual toolkit, the full version, apt-get -y. -y is a variable that tells apt or apt-get yes. It's not going to prompt you. It won't prompt you. It won't prompt you, oh, do you want to install this? It'll do it for you. I don't usually use -y just in case I need to back out, or I screw up and I change my mind. I don't want to install it, and it prompts me. Without the -y, it will prompt you one time. Do you want to install this? Right? Okay. So I can even let's see, -y. Then in a prompt here, you would type in -y. You could copy and paste, but it's going. Oops, sorry about that. It's going to be -y install CUDA tool. Here, let me to save time. I highlighted that, and what I have to do is I have to use this other mouse. On Linux, you can use your middle mouse button when you highlight. You don't have to do Control-C and then Control-V. You highlight the text that you want, you click on the middle mouse button, and it pastes it automatically. And so that pasted that right there. And now I'm trying to click away from that, and I don't know why it's still highlighted. I'm not sure. Anyways, so then apt-get or apt space -y space install space CUDA-toolkit-13-1. Let that, I don't know how long it would take. I'm not even sure how large since it's a toolkit, it may be quite large. Just let it finish, and hopefully you don't receive any errors. I can't guarantee anything that you will or will not. And then if everything is successful and you don't see any errors, then you have the toolkit installed. That's all you have to do. So let me go back, but I want to show you in a terminal, and then let me transition back. So what you could do is you could pause this video, and you could have paused it at the beginning. These are the full instructions, but remember, this is for, I chose Ubuntu, and I chose the x86_64. I didn't choose ARM. Yeah, on a desktop, you could download the ARM toolkit, but, right? Then the 2204, and then the local. But this could be productive. So what you could do is you could pause the video just to see an example of the commands that you have to actually run. All right? And now it depends on the distribution. I picked a different one, and there was only a couple commands that you had to run. It may depend on the distribution you're using. You know what I mean? The driver installer, okay, here's another command. Now this is the driver installer. This is for the CUDA toolkit. This would be for the Nvidia driver for the video graphics card. The open kernel flavor model is on screen. right there, apt-get install -y nvidia-open to install the proprietary kernel module flavor would be apt-get install -y the CUDA drivers. All right. So it's actually open source. It says that the CUDA toolkit contains open source software. The source code is also downloadable. I'm not going to discuss that. I'm not going to show you. There's a link here. It's on this developer.nvidia.com/CUDA-downloads page. There's also a checksum, and there's an installation guide, and there's even a quick start guide. And what are these resources? Okay, there's just some additional. I was going to click quickly on here, and then I'm going to Vamonos. This video is already too long, but this had lengthier instructions. Okay, these are just packages. The this just describes what you're installing. Here's the CUDA toolkit. This is version 13-1 with an updated artificial intelligence. It deals with the what did they call them? When I studied this, they call them tiles. They call them tiles. It's how the CUDA, which is software, interacts and communicates with the graphics processing unit. I think they refined it so there's less code, and you know what I'm saying? Okay, so this just describes, what was it, 1301? Oh, yeah, okay. That should be enough. Hopefully that's enough instructions for you to install it. You know what I'm saying? And I just heard a noise. I'm moving. Oh yeah, I'm moving out of this ghetto. This place is horrible as far as noise pollution. Anyways, good luck. Adios.